and today it's the 22nd of November already, 2023. Hopefully I got that right. Yes. Great to be here with you all. Thank you for being here. I was reminded today of the infinite organizing power of the universe in a discussion with a friend of mine. And isn't it amazing how when we let go of the details, the universe just sorts things out for us, but we panic and we have fear and we have, thoughts about how things need to go. But when we truly let go, the power of the cosmos just has this incredible thing where it just organizes everything. It organizes the universe, right? So why not us? That we're part of the universe. I've picked a card from the Abraham deck, the Law of Attraction cards, because this group is, you can't see that. If I put it against myself, you can see it. This is the Law of Attraction cards. Do you like my psychedelic backdrop, by the way?
I do.
Good. Okay, I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to ask you to all introduce yourselves and just say a little bit about yourselves, okay? So, very briefly, the card says, I am selfish enough to want to feel good. And on the reverse, it says, you cannot perceive life from other than from that of yourself. Selfishness is the sense of self. Unless you're selfish enough to care about how you feel and therefore direct your thoughts in such a way that you are allowing a true connection to your inner being, you have nothing to give another anyway. Everyone is selfish. It's not possible to be otherwise. Now, that's probably very contradictory to a lot of people's thoughts and belief systems, right? Does anybody have any thoughts? Just, pop in with any thoughts that you have on this idea of being selfish. And, it's a very negatively charged word, right? Selfish. But what do you think? Anybody?
So
Well,
it's interesting.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Okay. There's somebody I also follow on Facebook called Joanna Hunter, and she's written a book called Get Selfish, because she firmly believes that if you want to help other people, you have to help yourself first to be in a position where you're able to help others. And
right.
I think there's there's a lot of feelings have been tarred with this selfish brush, when maybe it should be kind of reframed as knowing what you're good at or what you're striving for and all the rest. So, and following your dreams. But we've often got told that we were being selfish just because we were thinking about ourselves rather than everybody else around us. But you also do have to think about yourself and your needs. And if you're poorly, you have to So I think as children, we were often told selfish is, if we hug the limelight a little bit, or we, didn't share our toys or whatever. And it's, it has a lot of negative connotations, but we need to dissociate some of that, I suppose what you might say is truly selfish behavior from a need to be able to understand what you need, focus on what you need, and put energy into what you need, so that you can get to the place where you can be the person you're meant to be in this lifetime, and therefore able to allow your light to shine and help others.
Yeah, that's well put. Thank you. Muriel, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think the word selfish is the appropriate term. I will think the term is more self-focus. And when we focus on ourselves, it is the most important things, because as a gentleman was saying right before, if our cup is too full of the world's emotion, trauma, drama,
Yes.
personal in the world, then we cannot give from the heart. And we have nothing to give, so to speak. So by having a self-care, which is kind of, the word
Yes.
selfish, but it's most like self-care, and we focus on our own need, our own healing process, and we can move forward, then we can help others to do the same. So just by being in the same room, we don't even have to speak. Just our presence, if we are in that self-care mode, we are vibrating higher, so we can help people vibrate
Wow.
higher. Well,
That's amazing. That you said quite a few things there that I'd like to pick up on just briefly. Um, I love that you used the word cup, okay, because that was how I felt about it. It's like I see the world as a desert in a way, right? We're going through this desert with the sun shining on us and it's hot, right? And if we need to do the next thing, we need to have a drink of water from the cup before we can give that water to others. So it's important that we serve our own needs. And the other thing that I wanted to pick up on is your use of language and how important the words that we use are. So important because they manifest our experience, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
I'd just like to ask you, Greta, as somebody that I know follows the work of Abraham. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm a very selfish person.
Maybe say that in a different way.
Well, I have made many choices based on what I think will make me happy.
Okay.
One of these choices, and some people might call me selfish, but one of these choices is to not have children.
Okay.
And some people think that's selfish, and maybe it is.
Not at all. I don't.
Not at all.
The choice that makes me the most happy.
Yeah.
Because I value my freedom so highly, and I think by living the life that I do, I have more energy to help people and to be my best self.
Right.
If I had children, which was never anything I wanted, I
Yes.
think I would have been miserable, and I would have.
You're children of the world. Everyone is your children.
Yeah.
And
But,
you are in touch with your own inner child.
and even in that, like, I make many choices that make myself happy. And even having worked so much with it, I still have to remind myself, like I can be at an event, I'm here, there's water over there, someone's speaking and I'm really thirsty. I'm sitting there not getting that water, and then a new mantra that's started to come up in me is take care of yourself first. So then I go over and I get that water.
Yes.
That's been coming up lately, and that's something I'm working on now. It's recognizing even those little things that are taking care of myself and doing them.
And that can translate, right, into every aspect of life, from eating to breathing to sex to communication, shopping, everything, right? Every aspect of life. We need to fulfill our own needs in a way.
Yes, and if we take responsibility for our own needs in this way, everyone around us can relax.
Wow.
And how freeing is that for the people in our lives if we take radical responsibility for our own needs? Doesn't mean I do everything for myself. Like if I want some help, I can ask for it.
Sure.
But it means that they will know that I'm taken care of.
There's a conditioning that's placed in our society, isn't there, that if we're selfish and look after our own needs, that we are a bad person, and that it's a program that we've been imprinted upon, and we need to look at it differently. And I think that Muriel made a very important point about how the wording is, because when you reframe it and say, self-care or whatever it is that you said, it gives it a very different charge, a different energy. Okay, let's leave that subject there for a moment. Thank you for your thoughts. Feel free to, talk more about it at any point that you want to. I just want to go around the group and ask you to just introduce yourselves and just say a little bit about yourselves for a minute. Let's start with you, Maya, if that's okay.
Yes, wonderful. Hello. My name is Maya. Hi. As a business, I practice hypnosis, spiritual hypnosis, animal hypnosis, different kind of hypnosis, and it is every day a beautiful day, and to know that we are here and to make this world a better place, and that we are here and we have our place. And it was just beautiful to listen to this selfish, and just to in this group to take this word and wrap it around and look at it and say, does it have a negative attach or a positive, and then find out both ways. It's very beautiful. So I was really looking forward to this day, because we had a 2 weeks break that was a bit of difference. So I'm really happy to be here. Hi, everyone.
Thank you. Actually, let's take this opportunity as well, as we're doing this process, to think of a power word and connect to an intention through our power word. So just one word, and I'll say it, and then you, Maya, say it, and then I'll go to Carl for you to introduce yourself. So my word, actually, I think I want the word power. Power. And that's my intention, to embody power. Maya, what's your word?
My word is Glückseligkeit, means translated happiness of the soul.
Wow, happiness of the soul. Say the word again.
Glückseligkeit.
Wow.
Soul happiness.
Love it. Thank you.
I open my.
Carl.
So yes, will I start off with my word? So my word is transform. Transform is my power word today. My name is Carl Preisler. I'm from Ireland, but I have mixed heritage of Danish and Irish, Protestant and Catholic, actually. I'm a trance medium, so that means I go into trance and let my guides and other spirit beings communicate through me to either clients or the public, if it's a public demonstration or talk. And I also do trance healing and energy transformation work through working with my guides, or kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like shamanic extraction. I feel it getting pulled out and through me and out. And I've also started to use some Egyptian pendulums to assist with that work. It seems to make the connection, establish the connection a lot faster for doing some of that energy extraction work.
Wow. Thank you. That sounds powerful. I'm connected with the word power already, just through you, listening to you.
And I just need to pop off and get my my power source. I forgot to bring it.
Extraction sounds like a spiritual dentist.
Well, I don't know how to feel it. I just feel it getting sucked out through me and then out.
Okay. So, you're like a Hoover.
Yeah, I'm like a Hoover. Yeah. I think Anna's experienced it once, so she can.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you.
Be back in a minute.
Okay. Muriel, would you like to go next?
Sure. So, my name is Muriel. I'm from France originally. I live in the United States. I am a spiritual mentor. I am a master energetic healer. I have been doing healing for the last 51 years. I started to do that when I was 8. I was able to speak to spirits since I was 4 years of age. So that kind of gives you my age a little bit here. I design mandalas and sacred mandalas based on the soul vibration of my client.
Wow.
I have also created an oracle deck based on my mandala, and
Beautiful.
each one has a specific connection to the universe, to our spiritual guide. And there is no need to interpretation or to read a book pretty much, because the message that you are intended to receive, you will receive. So I do have a very powerful spiritual team. I have connection with ancient Egypt and ancient Ireland, and I just love to be here. And my two words I will be choosing for today will be mystical dreamscape. And this is a mandalas I represent it. And so it's in a circle form, and you have triangle as well in line. And pretty much we can choose by, again, focusing on ourselves, raising our vibration, embracing who we are at the core, remove the programming of, you should not do this, you should be doing this, etc., that is placed on men and women, and to be totally free, like Maya said, and to move forward into our new self and powered up.
Beautiful. Thank you. Just two things I want to say is that your name has great power.
Thank
I'm
you.
using that word again, and really I feel it. And of course you do too. And your energy reminds me so much of Madame Blavatsky, I have to say, um, who I've never really studied, but I know of her. But it's just very similar, very powerful energy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Greta, would you like to go next?
Yes. I'm going to start with my words.
Okay.
One is rest, and the other is self-regulation.
Ooh.
And they kind of go together, because I have to self-regulate. I have to stay in control of my schedule in order to have time to rest.
Very important.
And my name is Greta. I'm a manifestation coach and energy healer. I'm certified in multiple energy healing modalities like emotion code, body code, and belief code, and also in Psyche. I'm also a student of Norse shamanism. So shamanism based on Norse mythology. So I'm Norwegian. And yeah, that's me.
Greta, for some reason I'm seeing a horse. I don't know why, but I can see a horse really, really clearly. And I know that horses symbolize, among many other things, is movement. And they carry burdens, right? Long distances travels. I don't know why, but I just wanted to tell you what I was seeing.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Greta. Really powerful. Lovely to see you. Anna, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm going to start with my word as well. And it's interesting what you just said, because my word is movement.
Wow.
Because I think as the new earth is starting to be formed and old structures are crumbling around us, we need to become very comfortable with change and movement. And even when we're still, there can be great movement, yeah, within. So there's always movement, even in the stillness. So my name is
your word?
Movement.
Movement, thank you.
Yeah. So my name is Anna Pavlakis, and I'm a shamanic healer, and I work with my own modality that I developed that's called integrated soul healing, which was channeled into me in January 2011, which is it's essentially shamanism, but it also pulls in a lot of different teachings and traditions and so on. It's kind of an amalgam of everything that I've studied. And I'm also a feng shui practitioner, and I'm also the founder of the Lightworkers Collective, which is a support group for starseeds, lightworkers, healers, empaths, new earth co-creators, and everyone who wants to be in a supportive environment that will help them level up their gifts and work towards bringing in the new earth. So that's a bit about me.
Beautiful. Thank you. And it's lovely to see you. Okay, I'm keeping my eye on the time, and I would like to finish on time today. And I would like Muriel to start her main guest segment at past in about 6 minutes or a little before. Okay, so I'm just going to call the order, and if you have any issues with timing, I'd like you to speak up. If Paul joins us, he said he was going to be here, but I know he sometimes has other commitments. Then we'll fit it in, and I'm going to allow the infinite organizing power of the universe to take over. So this is the way that I would like it to go. Please speak to me if you want it to be different.
But Alexis, you might want to remind Paul. You might have forgotten.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I'll send him a message in a couple of minutes, okay? Unless you want to do it for me. Yeah, thank you. So this is the way I would like it to go. So Muriel is going to speak in a couple of minutes and do her segment. And then I would like it to go Anna, Greta, Maya, and Carl. Is that okay with everybody? Okay, and you all have 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so if you want to keep an eye on the time, I will also do so. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes, and I will, if you don't finish by the 10 minutes, then I'll give you a timer reminder, and you'll have an extra 2 minutes if you need them. Okay, so I've got that ready to go. Thank you for being here, everybody. Anna, are you happy to do that and send the message to Paul?
I'm doing it right now.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm just going to speak a little bit about what's going on for me in the next minute or two, and then I'll hand over to Muriel to do her segment. Is that okay, Muriel?
Yeah, absolutely. Take all the time you need.
Thank you so much. Okay, so at the moment, I'm living in a hotel for 2 weeks, paid for by the insurance company because I had water damage at my house. So I'm living in quite a nice hotel, and I'm not paying anything. But at the same time, I receive government assistance, and they've stopped all my finances. I don't have a penny. I don't have a penny to buy food. I don't have anything. Luckily, breakfast is included in the hotel, and in 2 weeks I go home, and they would have done the work. So I'm in this place of really strange, almost fear and anxiety, but at the same time trusting and letting go and letting God. And I don't know how things are going to work out. I'm just praying that they will. And doing my prayers, affirmations, visualizations, all of that. So yeah, the universal credit which I receive benefits for various health stuff, they've stopped all my money due to an investigation. And they want to know all of my partner's income back to 2007. So they've given us 84 months that we have to go into and provide them all the details for 84 months. So it's a huge task and it's very overwhelming. So that's what's going on for me, and it's a weird time. There's lots of changes energetically. It's a lot, but we're here, and I'm glad to have this outlet. I'm glad to have you all And it feels really great and powerful and wonderful to see you all and to be here. That was very honest and open, and I hope to do the same with you all. Just speak from your heart and tell me, what's going on with you. Share who you are. This is a safe platform, and this energy is held by all of us. Thank you for listening to me. So with that, we're just approaching past now. Let's just all take a breath together. And just as we do so, visualize white light coming down and filling our brain, hearts, all the way down to the knees and down to the feet. And just breathe in that light. And let's just be silent for a whole breath. And then I'll hand over to Muriel in just under a minute. Thank you. Over to you, Muriel.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. So I'm going to encourage you to really let go and truly trust the universe. Now, I know I'm supposed to talk about, Sacred Mandala, so there is a point why I'm saying this. In 2019, I was scheduled to go to India for 2020 as a master healer and to teach for about a week. And I had said yes, and my spiritual team said, absolutely not. You are not going to India, and we will send you somewhere else. So I canceled my presence in India, which coincidentally would have been during COVID in 2020. And if I had gone to India, I would have been stuck 18 months. Now, my spiritual team redirected me to go to Egypt. And so it's November 2019. And I said, you want me to go to Egypt? You do it. That's what I said to the universe. You do it. And within 3 days, one of my clients came to me and said, hey, what's going on? I said, well, I'm supposed to go to Egypt, but, And he came back and he said, I have paid for your trip. You plan it, everything is paid for. And we could not book anything until January. So on January 1st, I landed in Cairo. Now, when I was in the temple of Hathor, the goddess Hathor, I received a tremendous download and near the Sphinx as well. And the download that I received, it has been over 3 years now. I'm still processing because it was massive. And that's when I started to create my mandalas. Now, I have always been fascinated by, a sacred geometry, a sacred site and energetic field. And so it was just a continuation, but to see it created from your mind to a canvas is quite amazing. It doesn't matter what level we are at. So when you let go, fully let go, and trust the process, you are going to get helped. I promise you, you're going to get helped, okay? So now to bring the subject of the mandalas, you can actually design your own. Now, designing your own sacred geometry is very healing. It's transforming, it's a transformative tool. It's a movement. It's a self-care. It's a healing. It's the connection to the divine. And for millennia, people have expressed themselves in temples, in mosques, in nature, everywhere. You can see it in Celtic roots, you can see it in Egyptian roots, you can see it in Tibetan, in India, actually. So everywhere you look, it is there. Now, if we look inside our own body, we also have sacred geometry within ourselves. Our cells are formed as a circle. So the circle represents unity, okay? It's the infinite, right? So at the end, we have those in ourselves. And if we look at a flower, if we look at a tree, we also can see geometric pattern. Now, besides the geometric pattern, which is the first level, we can see the vibration of each pattern. And when I'm talking about vibration, I'm not talking simply about energetic healing or hypnosis or channeling anything. I'm talking when we truly are in the presence of our higher self and connecting to the divine with a capital D, is not a title by this name or this name or this name, is the divine, the cosmos, the ultimate consciousness, if you prefer. Then you're going to be able to see and detect the vibration, not only around yourself, but into the people you're encountering. And so the first things to do is to quiet your mind, quiet the mind, shut off the media, shut off the social media as well. And be careful what you're looking at. Be careful what you're hearing. Be careful what you're listening to as far as music goes, or movies that you're watching too, because those are also programming your mind. So once you are putting yourself in this state of trance, in this state of ultimate peace, ultimate joy, and we're distracted all the time, okay, I get it, then we can create a mandala for ourselves and for others. And each symbols has a uniqueness and represents something from deep into our consciousness, something that we need to heal, something that we didn't know maybe were there. The shape of it, the color of it, how vibrant it is, whatever it is going to be on that canvas or on a piece of paper is going to give us a tool, an insight of our inner self and how we access the divine consciousness. And so it's very important to use the sacred geometry or the sacred mandala to move forward. And there are many people who have spoken about this, including Carl Jung. So when we go into the ancient text, we can see as this is shaping our life. Nowadays, most of the world has forgotten this ancient teaching. Most of the world is so busy and so programmed that they're having difficulty in quieting and looking within. Okay, and so today, I think it's very fascinating for me to be in a group of people who are healers and hypnotists and channelers, because we are all here with our combined energy today to bring something higher to other after this call is over, right? So I think it's a great blessing for me to be here, and I'm very grateful for all of you. If you look into the work of Leonardo da Vinci, he was also using sacred geometry in his painting, in his sculpting. Now we look at it and we're like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. But he was connecting to a higher power. He was truly connecting to his higher self. So when you're looking at something here, and I want you to think about the following. If you go into your garden, you may feel yourself present in the divine embrace, right there in the presence of a golden sunflower with a mandala for its center. The immanence of the transcendence in the flower. Now, this is a famous quote from somebody called Marion, and her title of the book was Dancing in the Flames, the Dark Goddess in the Transformation of Consciousness. And so what does that imply? It implies that within each one of us, we do have a garden. And the garden is in our mind. Now, what do you choose to plant in this garden? Is your garden full of weed, full of broken branches, full of broken heart, full of whatever you want to put it? Or is it a garden that is beautiful and that you want to go in and that you attend to and you start removing the weed, and you start planting seed, and you start watering. So you have this beautiful garden. Now, this beautiful garden is unique to each one of us here on the call and on the planet. And it goes the same with the sacred mandala. Each one of us has a unique soul blueprint, has a unique soul vibration. And when we tap into our unique soul vibration, we can create a magnificent world, a new earth together. It's not one individual, it's not another, it is together. We have to come united through different paths, different encounter, and we are all going to say the same thing, but in a different way. Because each one of us can reach out different people based on our experience. So that's what I wanted to bring up. Now, I work with the 12 universal cosmic law. So everybody has heard of the law of attraction, of course. But the law of attraction will not work unless you have the law of vibration. And the law of vibration is actually the most important, because sounds are power, frequency are power, and this whole world that we see is just energy in movement. So inside of us, we are cosmic divine being with a unique blueprint that we can show up, we can design, we can create, and we can bring more joy and peace and love to the world. So that is all I want to mention. If you have any question, I'm willing to answer them.
I have an observation, maybe. So I've been asking for many months, maybe years, for more information about sacred geometry to be revealed to me.
Yeah.
And it's happening through you right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are one of the answers to my questions. So I've been asking the universe and also connecting with the archangel Metatron.
Yep.
Who's in charge of these energies, right?
Absolutely. And here is the thing. I will be honored to send you a copy of my book, so you can actually have more details. It's free. I'm going to send it to you as a gift. Okay.
Thank you so much.
To say thank you for me being here today. So this book is going to kind of give you all kind of answers. It will go from the soul transformation to the creating your own soul mandala, to create group and using mandalas and sacred geometry as a transformative tool. And Carl Jung quote, and I'm going to read it, it's also in my book. The mandala is an archetypal image whose occurrence is attested throughout the ages. It signifies the wholeness of the self. This circular image represents the wholeness of the psychic ground, or to put it in mystic terms, the divinity incarnates in men. And this is from Carl Jung, from his book called Memory, Dreams, and Reflection. So it's also a quote in my book as well. So everything around us is conducive to bring us into fulfilling our soul mission. Each one of us has a unique soul mission. We're encountering people when we are meant to meet them. We are here to deliver something or help them or assist them or vice versa. And that's where we are here. So depending on what we look at, Carl Jung also said this is representing our immortality, to go through those sacred geometry, because they are timeless and nature is timeless. So if you have any other question or observation.
How can people find out about your work? What's your website? Could you just speak it for us?
Yes, so my own website is Muriel, which is my first name, Expression. So it's murielexpression.com. You can find, if you want my coaching services. If you want my book, it is on Amazon right now and on any country. So you can find it on Amazon. You can put Muriel Blanc and Awakening the Souls, and I can give that information in the group if they're interested. And I also have my oracle deck as well that can be found on my Stan store. So that's pretty much me. I am working on a second book. It's going to be sent to my publisher tomorrow. The second book has nothing to do with sacred geometry. The second book is about being resilient after losing someone to cancer.
Wow.
So I have lost my late husband to terminal cancer.
So
And so that's okay. And so that was 5 years ago. So the book is a healing tool and transformative tool for anyone who has lost a loved one to cancer. So it will be sent to my publisher tomorrow and probably out there in January. And it will be called The Alchemy of Resilience after losing someone to cancer. And I'm talking about the 12 universal law and healing and transformation. So those are in,
please feel free at any time to post any information about your work on Sacred Segments or any information that you see fit relating to healing, metaphysics, all of these topics.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
please.
I didn't know what I was allowed to post, so I didn't post anything because so many groups are like, you cannot post this, you cannot post that, you cannot post links. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to be like, oh, this is me. I don't want to be stepping on toe, because every group I am on, they're like, you cannot post, you cannot.
No, this is a vehicle. This is a vehicle for healers and metaphysicians to share their work. Thank you, Muriel. Does anybody have any questions?
Is there time for a quick question?
Sure.
Yeah, no, I was wanting to ask, would you recommend then that we regularly spend time creating a mandala, a sacred mandala, just for the amount of, I suppose, insight and stuff that the process can give us and help us.
I will suggest. Yeah, I will suggest strongly that you do it, because each one of you in the call have different ability and different skills. And when I'm talking to you or when I'm talking to the other people, I can feel your vibration. I can see your auric field. I can see everything that is going on. So when you create your own mandala, you're going to say, how do I start? Where do I do? Okay, you choose a quiet place and you put a music maybe that is conducive to you, that can put you in a trance if that is what is required of you. And you grab a canvas or you grab a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be very expensive. You need a compass, you need a ruler, you need a pen. Okay? And you can start doing that and let it flow. So the most basic shape are the triangle, the square, the line, the circle. But the way you're going to put them together, or the spiral, is going to be unique to you. Now, if you are called to put colors, you will be attracted or guided, in your case, to have certain color to be put on the mandalas. And where you place those colors should not be like, oh, it needs to look good, it needs to be this. No, it needs to be totally guided, where you're going to create your own masterpiece, if you wish, because it is your soul that you're representing. So the book, it sounds like I'm promoting my book, but the book is teaching you how to do all this with color, what they mean, what the shape means, how to connect them. There are meditation in the book as well with my mandalas that I've created. So for you, every time you have a client, if you have your mandala in the background, whether it's this big or big like the one behind me that I have designed, okay, and you can see it, yes, that's my design.
Yes, we can see it.
So if you are working with your client and they see your own mandala, they're automatically going to feel the vibration emanating from this sacred geometry. And that is an extension of yourself. And so that your clients are going to be more responsive to your teaching, to what you're bringing to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're
Okay.
very welcome.
We have two minutes before we need to move on to the next segment. Does anybody else have a question or anything that they would like to add? No? Okay. I will send you my address, Muriel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have a question about
Sure.
your pendant.
Yes.
I love it. What is it?
So this pendant,
Lapis.
this is a sacred geometric pendant as well, okay? And you have a lapis lazuli here. You have a Sekhmet diamond in there. You have amethyst. You have a sapphire, and you have a crystal in it.
That's
And
gorgeous.
it is done with 252 copper wire. And this happened, I was looking through my feed, and out of nowhere, I see this guy on Facebook designing sacred geometry. And I was like, I must have something. And I contacted him, did a video call just like I'm doing here, because I want you to make sure he's a real deal. and I had a fabulous talk for an hour and a half, and I said, this is what I want. This is a kind of vibration. You're going to have to do certain mantra when you're creating this unique pendant. And so he did, and he designed it just for me. So it's just that one piece. And I authorized him, of course, to advertise for it, and I boosted him up. He is a real deal. So if you need anything done, whether it's a bracelet, a ring, a pendant for men and women, he does amazing work. Now, all I had to tell him was, I want to kind of represent an ancient Egyptian goddess, and I want at least this stone and this stone, and you are free to do it, and I want a 3-tier level. So you have the circle, you have the shaping down, and you did a beautiful, fantastic job.
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're very
Okay.
welcome.
That was wonderful, Muriel. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, let's just all take a breath and we're going to go to Anna.
Hey. So I wanted to do something a little different today well, I always do something, I never do the same thing, but I wanted to talk about my favorite card deck ever and about an Andara crystals. And this is the only one that I have.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
That's
Isn't it
gorgeous.
beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
I found these years ago in New York City at the New Life Expo, which I went to twice a year, every year, and never saw these before. And then one day, I was walking through the expo, and I saw this table of these crystals in the most incredible colors I have ever seen. I mean, it was just like boom, and the energy coming off it, and I was just like, I must go and look at these. I was just like captivated, and there were so many in like these very, very vivid blues and pinks and so on. But I ended up getting this one, which is actually, it's not as vivid as the others. But when I was like, oh, I think this is the one for me, the woman said, this is the Blue Shaman Swirl.
It's beautiful.
And I was like, oh, I guess this is the one for me. And I wear this whenever I do my work. This is my crystal whenever I do my work.
Did you call it Andara?
Andara, yes. They're not normal crystals. So I'm going to read a little bit about them, and then what I would like to do. How much time do I have till like?
So you have 10 minutes, and I'll tell you how long has passed. But yeah, I'll let you know. Okay. So you have 8 minutes, 15 seconds left.
So I want to read a little bit about it, and then I would like to pull some cards for us as a group from as I said, my very favorite deck in the entire world. And because I find that their messages are so Well, they're so beautiful and very, very high vibration, very spiritual. So they're not normal crystals. They're not like the type of crystals you find like quartz and all of that. They are monatomic crystals. And basically, what does it say that? They were originally found in 1995 in the High Sierra Mountains of Northern California on the land of a Native American woman who was a shaman. And she immediately was like, oh, these are very special. Her name was Nellie. And they're glass-like, and people who, say that, who are doubters say that this is just slag glass, but anybody who can look at them and feel their energy knows better. So they've also been found apparently in South Africa and some other things. So it's a glass-like transmuted mineral complex from naturally occurring mineral deposit high in monatomic minerals. The energies of these crystals interact electromagnetically with the individual, restoring health and equilibrium. They behave very differently from normal metals. They have a very high atomic spin rate or vibration. Like light photons, they pop in and out of existence. Their vibrational energy can be passed to other objects, and they help raise consciousness. So, I mean, I could read more, but I want to get to this. So each of these cards, what I love about these cards is that the energy of them is actually in the cards. And this is the only card deck I let people touch because it's a healing tool. So I always ask the same question, which is a very simple question. Calling upon the Andaric crystal realm, I ask for a message for the group. What does this beautiful group on Sacred Segments tonight, and whoever watches this in the future, most need to know or hear at this time? And I always pull 3 cards. Okay. And I'm going to read what it says in the back of the card. And I'm also going to read what it says in the booklet because they're different often. So the first card, this is for, I was thinking about this when you were speaking, Alexis. This is Andarian Amber. And I'm going to hold it up so you can sort of like look at it and get the transmission of it. I work with Lord Ganesha. Alexis, when you were speaking earlier, I was like, oh, you need to work with Lord Ganesha right
I have
now.
a massive connection with Lord Ganesha.
Well, with your situation right now, you need to work with him.
Thank you.
That was like, I wanted to tell you that anyway. The Hindu deity representing the power of the supreme being that removes obstacles and ensures success in human endeavors and aids in the fulfillment of your life mission and purpose. I will assist you in listening to your inner wisdom and heart to reveal the choices that are for your highest and greatest good. If you are ever unclear about which path to choose or what choice to make, sleep with me under your pillow, and I will strengthen the connection between your mind, heart, and soul. You will walk your path with certainty, clarity, purpose, and power. I bring you empowerment and mental and emotional strength to meet life's challenges with an open heart and calm mind. And further, it says, I want to see if it says anything different. Sorry, 1 second. Find it. Okay. Promotes direction of one's life's path and choices, creates mental and emotional strength. It has a soothing and calming energy affecting the 1st, 2nd, 3rd chakras. This Andara radically clears out the lower chakras, where most of our emotional charges are stored within the body, as well as past life memories. So this is for all of us as a group, but I feel like this is a maybe very special one for you, Alexis. The next one is Andarian Garnet. That's that side, and this is what the other side looks like. And it says, Kundalini activation and acceleration is offered to you, dear one. Hold me in your left hand and allow the energies to flow, awakening you to higher states of consciousness, perception, and understanding. What does it say here? It's a short one. Here. This dynamic Andara is a combination of divine fire, purple, pink, all rolled into one. Highly psychic, opening one's intuitive abilities, clearing past patterns and traumas, opening the heart to love, forgiveness, and compassion. Powerfully opens and clears the chakras and auric fields and unifies the chakras, merging the root with the heart and third eye. Clears discarnates and other entities and implants. So
That's the 2 minute left.
Okay. All right. And the last one is Rainbow Oracle. And this says, infinite love and light are available to you through my essence. Hold me up to the sun and allow the solar rays to penetrate my being, activating your pineal and pituitary glands. Access to universal intelligence is yours. I can assist you in assessing your Akashic records, the birth records of your soul's many incarnations. Hold me to your third eye, ask your question, let go, and listen to the wisdom that comes. I am the ultimate oracle, and I will gift you with spiritual insights and inspirations. I will activate your rainbow light body and overcoat of your soul, infusing you with the full spectrum and full potential you came here to become. And what does this else say? This is the last one. Yeah. It says that it's a channel for wisdom and focus. It holds the energy of clarity and brilliance, capable of silencing the mind of erroneous thoughts. It resonates focus, wisdom, and truth. It opens the doorway to the future. It is the director of energy. It holds the wisdom of the grandfather. Opening to divine wisdom, listening and connecting to one's inner knowing, provides great clarity, wisdom, focus, reduces thought activity, bringing the user into present moment awareness, along with amazing feelings of peace, calm, and serenity. Balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain, upgrades and rewires the brains, opens one to connect with and download and anchor the ever increasingly higher octaves of energy, light, and intelligence, enabling one to enter the void of creation and create and manifest in the 3D realm very quickly. Helps one to shed all limitations and can bring intense feelings of oneness. And this is for all 7 chakras. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Perfect time.
I just wanted to share those with you. I hope you found it beneficial. And if you like, I can take pictures of them and post them in the group.
Please do.
That'd be
Thank
nice.
you so much. Just before I hand over to Greta, may I ask you, Anna, what your pendant is?
This one?
Yes.
Oh, this is, I got this in Sedona. It is Metatron's Cube. And it was actually made by the wife of a famous American baseball player. And it's got the Swarovski crystals for the chakras, and it's on the back. It also has some sacred geometry. It's full of sacred geometry.
There he is again.
And it's very powerful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, let's all take a breath. Greta, you have 10 minutes after this breath. Thank you, Anna. Greta, over to you.
Thank you. I would like to do 2 things today. I would like to do some emotion code, to do some energy healing for the group to help release trapped negative emotions. And then I would like to do something called energy resets, no, balancing resets. And that's going to take probably like 3 minutes at the end. So it's now 9:03, so 9:10 is when I'll start doing that. Okay. If you can all just pop in the chat if there is anything in your life that you would like to work better, you can like even just write a word, and that will be your intention. Well, what you would like to release trapped emotions around.
That's Syra joining us as well. So we're just hello,
Hi,
Syra.
Syra.
Hi.
Just anything in the chat that you would like to work on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Syra's familiar with the emotion code. So I'm going to do emotion code and release emotions. And you get to choose what subject you want to release emotions around. So just pop that in the chat. And while you do that, I'll explain that when we experience difficult emotions and we don't process them properly and they get stuck in the body, the energy of the emotion gets trapped and it can cause physical, mental, emotional discomfort, problems, symptoms of all sorts. And by identifying the emotions and releasing them, we release that energy. So that's what we're going to do. Fame. Are you going to become famous, Carl? Then I'll tell everyone I knew you before you were famous. What do I want to work on? I want to work on feeling grounded and secure in myself. If anyone wants that, you can have that too. And if you haven't put anything in the chat, you can still do it, or you can just think your intention to yourself. Is there anyone in the group who would like me not to include them?
Me.
In that case, raise your hand. Muriel, you want to not be included?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you for saying
I
that.
wrote letting go of fear, but I don't know if I sent it to the right. So I just wrote that. Sorry, I don't think it went through.
That's fine. You've said it now. So I'm going to connect to the group except Muriel.
That's correct.
Yes, and also connecting to anyone watching this in the future who wants to be connected, and anyone who doesn't is going to be excluded. My name is the group. My name is Greta. Do we have any trapped emotions that we can release related to the things that we would like to work on? Yes. And the first emotion to come up is terror, feeling terrified. So when I name the emotion, it usually comes to the surface and it might bring with it a thought, a person, a memory, something related to when you felt the emotion, and just acknowledge that. And once you've done that, we're going to swipe 3 times along the main meridian to release the emotion. So 3 times to release terror. Done? Yes. Release. Any other trapped emotions? Yes. Creative insecurity. That is doubting your ability to create something, whether it's big or small, whether it's a meal or a career or a family or whatever it is. Creative insecurity. And we can release that 3 swipes. That released? Yes. Anything else? Yes. Anger. Let's release that anger. That released? Yes. Anything else? Yes. Humiliation. So acknowledge whatever comes up. And let's release that 3 swipes to release the trapped emotion of humiliation. That released? Yes. Any other trapped emotions related to what you're working on? Yes. Conflict. conflict can be internal with someone or something else. So let's release the trapped emotion of conflict. That released, yes. Confusion. Okay, can we release? Yes. So let's release this trapped emotion of confusion. Is it released? Yes. More yes. Unsupported. And we can release. 3 swipes to release the trapped emotion of unsupported. Good. And unworthy. And let's release unworthy. Good. Released, yes. That's it. Okay. So now, would it be possible for me to share my screen, Alexis?
Yes, I'll make you co-host.
Thank you.
Okay, that's done.
Thank you. This, what I'm going to share with you now is something that I learned in my most recent certification, which was Belief Code certification. It was in person in Las Vegas about a month ago. And the balancing resets are a sequential process of opening up energy pathways and communication without adding processing to the body. So each reset is done through intention and 3 swipes down the governing meridian like we just did. So the beauty of this process is if there is anything in the systems that we are resetting that is imbalanced, it's going to correct it and get you aligned. It's a really quick way to get aligned. What it doesn't do is it doesn't take care of the imbalances that are causing any of these systems to be off. So in order to, so that means that you will get in alignment and you'll get a reset and it will last for a little while. I don't know how long, maybe a day, maybe 2, maybe longer, maybe shorter. In order to have it last for longer, the imbalances that are underlying need to be released. But it's a really quick and efficient way to get this beautiful reset. So we're going to go through this pretty quickly. I'll just guide you through and we'll take them one by one. So first, we're going to reset the, and now we're doing this individually. So if you want to swipe, you do it. And if you don't, you don't. So that's fine. But we're going to reset the alignment between the spirit and physical body. So to fully align the spirit with your physical body, let's swipe 3 times. And now we're going to reset to allow full communication between the spirit and the physical body to help synchronize and open the line of communication between the two. So 3 swipes to reset communication between the spirit and physical body. Is that done? Yes. Now we're going to reset the energy field of the heart so that it becomes more open and clear. 3 swipes.
That's 10 minutes, but you have 2 more minutes to go.
Okay, thank you. That's going to be perfect. Now we're going to reset to synchronize the energetic field of the heart with the physical heart. Good. And then we're going to connect the heart with the brain to help balance intuition and logical processes. So 3 swipes to reset the connection between the heart and the brain. I'm going to reset the left lobe of the brain. And then the right lobe of the brain. And then we're going to reset the bridge between these two, which is the corpus callosum. So 3 swipes to reset the corpus callosum. And then we're going to swipe 3 times for each chakra. So we're going to reset each chakra, starting with the crown, the third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. And now we're going to align your chakras vertically, getting them into perfect alignment. 3 swipes. The next one, we're going to reset the governing meridian, and you can kind of visualize like a whirlwind coming in and just clearing out the governing meridian, and by that also opening up the other smaller meridians. So 3 swipes to reset the governing meridian. And the same thing with the conception meridian. And now we're going to reset, rebalance, and expand your body's magnetic field. And last, we're going to reset the energy field of your aura. And that's it. Thank you so much.
And that alarm is perfect timing, Greta. Well done. Yay.
Divine timing.
Absolutely in tune with the cosmos. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I love the fireworks as well. Cool. Let's take a breath and over to Maya. Thank you again, Greta. Maya.
Awesome. Yeah. Hi, everyone. I would like today to share something that has happened to me and brought me to a question I have never even asked myself before. And it has to do with the work of the hypnosis and the animal hypnosis. And the question is, how did hypnosis get to me, and why do I know it as a healing tool and I'm using it? I really can only say that universe really wanted me to do. Universe does sometimes know it better for us than we sometimes know for ourselves. I was literally in front of the computer and it made like this, and it says hypnosis, and I literally asked, really, is that your true, what you wish for me? And universe said yes. So I would have never thought doing that. But that seems to be my thing. So every one of us has their thing, their gifts, their way they do it, and it doesn't really matter how we do it. Main point is we do it, right? And we succeed with it, and we're making life better one way or the other. Energy work is energy work, and then our beautiful personalities, and that is us as a product going to the world and giving what we are here to share. So, and if someone would have asked, hey, Maya, how about working with animals? I said, no, I would have not thought that I would do that. So, but it came my way through a lady asking me the one question, which really turned me then to find out a beautiful hypnosis used where I have verbal conversations with animal, where I hypnotize the owner and then use it to have a conversation with the animal. And to have beautiful results one way or the other, talking to living animals, talking to dead animals, releasing energies and emotions and changing patterns and habits and making them getting a forever home, but not me, because it's just giving them a chance to make them changes to their lives, because they have been through some rough times sometimes. And before I come back, what to this incident, I just wanted to, I was really surprised when universe made me. I'm in the healing field since more than 20 years. I'm an occupational therapist. I always talk to people. I stop people on the street to say them, hey, look, your posture is not good. I'm always up to, hey, to support. Sometimes quite in your face. I can be like stopping people, and then they still can say no. You know, and when from 100 people, one lady says no, what is one opinion against the rest of the world, so to say? I go and do this because I love it, and when I go out and give smiles to people and giving them the good time, the moments they can spend with me together and heal like we all heal. It's just a conversation we have. You say something, that's exactly the sentence I needed to hear today. Thank you ever so much. Right? So yeah, and I had this talk, and we were talking about animal cruelty, and one lady stood up and she said, I didn't come here to talk about that. And after a while, she left the room, and I was so confused because normally I just quite cool, get up, get on with it. But it actually made me realize in myself something, is that I have never even thought about the stories and the not nice stories I have to listen to with these animals. And in the evening, I actually stood in the kitchen crying because I never was able to give that up, you know, to have to listen to what has happened with them together, and I cry with them together with the animals. So it really, and it shook my core, yeah, because I didn't take that job to find out something like this, and never even thought about that I have to work over it. So that was our eye opener moment for me that day. And it really, I stopped I walked out, so to say. I didn't even say goodbye to the admin because I was so touched in my core. And it took really 2 days to calm me down and let that go a little bit. So that was really just stunned me a little bit. I would like to share this because it really physically stunned me, and it made me cry in the kitchen. So, but still, coming back, it was an amazing, and it helps me in my further path with the animals, because I really like to do that, and I love to talk to the animals and give them a chance to change their behavior. Because if the human I come to Anna, to Carl, to Muriel, to Grete, to Sayera, or to Alexis to get one way or the other an energy healing, but the animals cannot come to you and say something. So I'm very, very happy and thankful that I can do the work that I do. That was a real realization for me, because I would never have thought working with animals, just rather with humans, which I absolutely like. So yeah, that is actually what I wanted to share today, because that is a safe place where I can share something like this and what happened emotionally to myself in that moment, because it had an amazing impact towards me. And yeah.
Thank you, Maya. Appreciate you sharing. Thank you. Okay, so before we hand over to Carl to bring his guide through Katarang, if anybody has a question for Katarang, I'd like you to formulate it in your mind now. And bear in mind that we're dealing with a very high vibrational entity that lives in the non-physical. And I have a question for Katarang, which is about manifesting money. And I think that this has been asked before, but I'll let you prepare as we all take a breath. Thank you again for sharing, Maya, and thank you for everybody that contributed to the segments this evening. Okay, let's just take a breath. You have 12 minutes, Carl.
I won't be watching the time myself so closely. I hope you can do that for me.
Thank you, Katarang. Good to hear your voice. How are you?
Katarang here, Katarang, yeah. We always, how you say, sitting on a cloud, floating on a cloud. Is how you understand the spirit world, no?
Yes. Yeah, wonderful.
So, but we here today to share also a little bit of our love and healing light to you, which we will do later and doing the conversation. But we have understanding you have some question for us also.
I have two questions for you. The first question is about war.
War.
Yeah, and the current state of affairs in Israel, Gaza, Palestine, you know, that region of the earth. And of course, I imagine there are lots of people in the spirit world that are helping the consciousness of humanity. But, you know, in my own thinking and feeling, I have taken my mental hands off it, but I send my love to that region. And I wonder, will humanity, in your opinion, reach a state where they don't need to fight?
Okay. I remember also another conversation, another time, similar question. So how I see it, unfortunately, this world in which you inhabiting, this is the place where people and souls, they go to learn about pain, learn about joy, about forgiveness, about love, about suffering, compassion, all these things. So unfortunately, for these lessons to be able to learn, there have to be also the environment in which people can undergo, shall we say, the pressures, the roles, the situations that are going to cause the inward looking, the soul searching, also the heart opening and all of this. So it is difficult to see if war can be, shall we say, extinguished from the earth world. In my limited understanding, there will always be some catastrophic event, some trauma, some that will start to bring people together, also cause some division. But it is all part of the dynamics of this world in which the soul incarnates specifically to undergo such situations, because they know it is, how you say, it is a very, very difficult road to walk, but it gives some of the most profound soul evolution in the most speedy time possible for many incarnations. So unless they choose and always new souls being created, there will be the need, I feel, for such events. And now, of course, we are mixing, shall we say, also the into the mix, we have the intellectual capability of those involved, their own soul evolution, what they understand regarding compassion, greed, self-interest, and so on. So depending on the specific energies of the people involved, it may be very, very, very troublesome and painful and cruel and almost unforgivable, or it may be less so. But I feel there will always be these energetic classrooms for soul evolution.
This has brought me much understanding. Thank you so much.
And then we also must know we are not limited to this world as spiritual beings. So again, when we feel we have done enough or we wish to take a spiritual vacation, we can go to other dimension, other spiritual worlds. So this is not the only one. So souls coming into your realm are choosing to do so, and they have choices to go elsewhere also.
Thank you. I have another question that's a different matter about manifesting money. And I believe we've asked you this in the past, but I want to ask again. From my point of view and everybody else, what is the best way to connect with manifesting money?
Okay. So I think again also we cannot always simplify the best way. Okay, the best way is to let go of all expectation, let go of all past memory, let go of all future planning, and to be in the divine flow of energy, not hindering, not blocking, but just connecting like into the divine flow of energy. This is the best way. It is very simple. But because of past life experience, because of lessons learned and fingers burnt and so on, you are not an empty vessel. You have many, shall we say, complexities within the channel, the energetic network that is causing the energy to go this way and that way, this way, and cannot just flow through and you'll be connected in nice and easily. So it is difficult to get to the stage of, shall we say, complete soul transparency, so that you are like a pane of glass through which the divine light can shine and be refracted into your physical world, bringing with it all the many colors of the rainbow to irradiate your life and those around you. But the truth is, the pane of glass has some imperfections because of past life, trauma, and so on, or maybe some bits of dirt because of mental anguish or blockages. So we have to work with those also and find a way to release those. So very often what is needed is to dig deep into your understanding of your own nature and trying to understand what is it that is fueling the concern. And we know, yes, of course, we know there is external matters that have to be resolved. But what is it that is saying, I don't trust in the divine? Or what it is that's saying, in the past, I trusted in the divine and I didn't get what I should have got. So there's a lot of inner work also to be resolved first before you can truly say that you are in the flow. So we would respectfully suggest that some self-analysis, one could say self-analysis is a good starting point to dig out from the basement, look for anything that might be, hiding in the shadow, that might be saying, oh, this is why you feel you are not good enough. Or, oh, this is why you feel if you get it, you won't be able to manage it. Or, so there are many, many aspects to this. And you need to dig deep to try and uncover all of these little imperfections that are causing a misty, foggy pane of glass instead of a clear pane of glass.
This is very helpful.
It is, this is again the challenge of spirit into physical matter, and spirit being merged with human emotion, with human anxiety, and all of that comes from the incarnated process. It gives you much to work with, but also many challenges to overcome.
We have just over 2.5 minutes left. If anybody would like to ask a question to Katarang. Anybody?
Yeah, I've got a question. Sorry, excuse me. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know when you're you feel like you're in your life, you're progressing. What was my thought? When you're progressing and then it just seems like everything gets too much. How do you stop that? You want to move forward, but things get too much and then it's almost like overwhelm. How does one cope with that?
So okay. So interesting, because here is where maybe you need to find a way to release the energetic pressure. It is building up like a pressure cooker in a way. And perhaps you need to find a way to release some of that energy. Do you go into the garden? Do you get your hands into the muck? So I would suggest sometimes in these cases, getting very strong physical contact with Mother Earth, to be, you know, in your bare feet or in your bare hands, touching and working with earth and allowing her to drain away from you some of that excess pressure. That is going to be a very easy way to find a way to give over to Mother Earth some of those concerns, the excess pressure, and she will take it from you. And it will give you respite, a little bit of respite, so that then you can begin to say, okay, now I can begin to find a quiet space internally for me to work with the physical mind also. And then maybe you do something similar where you're giving your mental energy over to, let's say, music or to meditation or contemplating the sunset or whatever. So again, allowing that overpressure to be taken away by external forces. And little by little, you dissipating the excess pressure that you have from the situation, from your, let's say, overwhelm, as you call it, because that is only related to your perceived ability to contain and manage this excess of energy that has come your way.
That is time. We are very grateful for your presence with us again, Katarang. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for your attendance this evening. I appreciate you all. I'm going to close this session this evening by asking you all to name one thing that you are grateful for, and also to remind you, if you want to contribute financially to Sacred Segments, there is a PayPal account linked to the email totalvocalsuccess@live.co.uk. That's totalvocalsuccess@live.co.uk. I picked a shamanic power animal card, which was eagle spirit, and the words are trust in your higher self. So let's trust in our higher selves and name one thing that we're grateful for. I'll start. I am grateful for possibility and opportunity. Syra, what are you grateful for?
Well, today I was working with children, and just the joy and the, I don't know, the innocence of children is wonderful.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Syra. Nice to see you.
Thank you, and you.
Greta.
I'm going to be really practical today and say that I'm really grateful for my household appliances.
Yeah, love that. You look very hippie. You're a hippie chick this evening. Thank you, Coach Greta. Yeah. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Maya, what are you grateful for?
My words are energy release and warmth.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much, Maya. Great to see you. Carl. Thank you again, Carl and Katarang.
Yes, so I'm grateful for the love of spirits.
That's so beautiful. Always lovely to see you and to connect. Thank you. My dear Anna.
I am grateful for endings and new beginnings.
Wow, that feels so poignant. Really, it does, because I can't remember what it was, but I received a message just before we started. Oh yes, that's right. It was the runes. I picked a rune, and it was the rune of fertility, which is exactly that. Fertile ground, new beginnings, a new season. Thank you, Anna. Lovely to see you. Muriel, so grateful you could join us this evening. Lovely to meet you. even though we're across the miles and through a video. You're amazing. What are you grateful for?
Well, thank you very much. First, I'm grateful to have been asked to participate in this group. I think every one of you is phenomenal. And me saying no to Coach Gretchen has nothing to do with her or her ability. It's just what my guide tells me, okay? So I am grateful for my spiritual team that has always been there since I was born and who have protected me from mishap because I was a trouble kid. Not trouble with the law, but I was getting into all kind of things. And so they pulled me out of dangerous situations, saved my life countless of time. And so I'm very grateful for their intervention in my life. But I'm also grateful for all the lessons and challenges I have faced since I was born and all the beautiful overcoming that I have done. Just like Carl was channeling, it was absolutely the truth. It's a beauty to be on planet Earth at this particular time.
That's beautiful. We're very fortunate. Thank you for that reminder. And thank you for being with us. I want to remind you and everybody that Sacred Segments is open to you all. If you want to share, if you just want to attend, that's also fine. You don't have to share. But know that the opportunity is there if you want to do a short segment and have something that is relating to healing, metaphysics, the law of attraction, or, any of those kind of topics. This is the platform. Thank you everyone for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. And I hope to see you again in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a wonderful evening. Safe travels,
Thank
Greta.
you.
I know you're traveling.
Thank you.
Enjoy the
Yeah,
pancakes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, I will.
Bye.
Bye,
Well,
everyone.
happy Thanksgiving if anyone's in America. I don't know.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, grateful for that. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.